Welcome back to Blacksheep Barbell Podcast, and this is our 1-year anniversary, which is crazy to even say. I can't believe that.
1 year. Time's flying.
I know.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
And man, it feels like just last week we're like, hey, let's do this podcast.
I know.
Let's get this equipment. Let's set up the room.
Painting
Feels like
the
we were
table.
just painting this table.
I know. I honestly can't believe it. It's come so far, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Has it felt like it to you?
No, not at all.
Man, it has flown by.
Time's always flying by, it seems nowadays. But yeah,
Yeah.
1 year, great conversation with people, right? Just a simple idea that we had came to life. So
Yeah.
many good guests, good conversations, good insight, good knowledge.
Mhm.
And just seeing how much progress we made since then is crazy.
I know, and thank you to all the guests and everything that we've had on through the past year. We're gonna keep it going, so we're excited to have some new people on soon. And it's crazy that this just started out as an idea, and I think originally it started out as an idea a few years ago. I think you brought it up to me.
Yeah.
Before we were like into anything, like even posting online like that,
Mm-hmm.
you just brought it up to me. And I think you were still in the Army at the time.
Yeah.
believe.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it kind of the original idea obviously the original idea for Blacksheep Barbell stemmed from the Army.
Yeah.
The podcast idea came from just being in the garage gym,
Mm-hmm.
having friends over, the conversations about anything and everything, life, working out, careers, whatever conversations we had. I just had this idea. I'm like, man, if we could just get a table and we just sit down and we have these conversations and we just record it and we put it out there.
Yeah.
And we try to keep it raw, right? We just want
Yeah.
to show people like, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. These are the types of conversations that we have, and incorporating other people into these conversations and talking about their backgrounds and their involvement in the fitness industry and just picking up knowledge from them. It's been a blast, man. I've been super excited about this. Every time we have a new guest on, super exciting. Everybody has these vastly different backgrounds.
I know.
And it's just been such an experience. And to know that it's a year now it's wild.
And even like before we started, I would have never guessed we would have ever talked to anybody from like Sorinex.
Yeah.
We've been a fan of Sorinex. We've said it in many episodes for a long time. He's got the shirt on.
Little hoodie from SummerStrong.
We talked to Jake Satry and Bill Gillespie. And, from that, we went to SummerStrong. We thank Bill a ton. He helped us out. And just seeing SummerStrong in person, dude, that's the main thing I want to talk about because that was amazing.
Yeah, so Sorinex SummerStrong. We just went. It was May 16th and 17th.
Yeah.
This is a event that Sorinex hosts every summer, 2 days, and they have seminars. Many different people from different backgrounds. They come and they speak. Open gym, deadlift and squat competition. It's all you can drink, all you can eat food. Merchandise for sale. This is where I picked the hoodie up.
Yeah.
And I got a shirt underneath. But just the experience, I mean, wow.
I know.
Something I've wanted to do for years. Wasn't able to make it just because of time restraints and whatnot. But eventually we were able to go this year. And it was something that, I mean, words can't describe it.
I know.
The feeling you get there.
Like those big lifting videos that we've seen like on Instagram and everything, to be a part of that, to watch somebody squat 700 pounds.
In person. It's one thing seeing a video of it, but when you see it in person, it's wild.
I can't believe how easy it looked.
I know.
I wish I could do it.
Oh, trust me too.
Man, what was your favorite part about it, though?
There was a lot of things I enjoyed about it. The 12-hour drive there, not so much. It was okay. Me and my buddy, we drove down 12 hours from Michigan to South Carolina.
What did I do?
You flew. Ethan did not want to drive. He caught his Delta plane ticket.
Yeah, I got my little plane ticket.
I wouldn't say it was so much a part of the event in itself. I think my favorite part was the camaraderie between people.
Yeah.
The positivity and the energy output of having so many people that love lifting and having them under the same roof. And, something I've been thinking about is during that squat and deadlift competition, there were some moments where everybody's hype, right? Everybody's screaming, everybody's yelling, they got good music playing. I would take a step back and kind of detach from that lift and just look around and look at the expressions on everybody's face, and it's all support.
Yeah. Yeah.
100% support. It doesn't matter if you were pulling or squatting 225 to 700 pounds.
I remember Bill said that too when we had him on, and that's correct, dude. Everybody, there was nobody making fun of one another. It was all support. And we really saw that too with like the deadlift and the squat competitions. people were hyped, man.
Yeah.
It was great.
All the hype and just looking at the expressions on people's face, knowing like everybody's locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's locked in. And when you're up there to lift, again, doesn't matter the weight that's on the bar.
Yeah.
They want to see you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't succeed, you were still getting claps.
Yeah.
People were still shouting for you. You
Yeah.
gave it your best attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And being surrounded by that positivity and that energy is rare.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays. It's rare to be around that, and just having that experience for 2 full days, it was amazing. And, you know, coming back home and you try to recreate that feeling sometimes, but man, what they have going on there is something special. And
I know.
and it's great.
The closest thing to it is probably some of those garage gym lifts that
Yeah.
we've had, but that Sorinex is like on the scale like times 10, times 100,
Times
times 100. It was insane. And just to know that everybody is from all different places, you know, around the country or even around the world, and just coming together and to support one another, it was just amazing.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is when you're there, you know, you have no idea who you're sitting next to.
Yeah.
You have no idea this person or this person to your left, what they're involved in, inside the fitness community, what they do, a coach. You know, there was guys there that were former Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, and now they're heavily involved in the fitness community. And it was like there was just connections everywhere.
Yeah.
The opportunities to network were just everywhere, man. I mean, anybody you spoke to, they're like, oh, yeah, I was involved in this. Just a crazy background.
Yeah, I even met some people at the airport when I was in there.
Yeah.
And like they all had the shirts on.
Yeah.
We were just talking it up, dude. It was that was just something else. That's something we wanted to go to for years.
Yeah.
And I think it really lived up to the hype.
It's definitely going to be a tradition now. And touching on that, you said you saw a guy in the plane.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a guy in the plane on my way there, then on my way back before on the plane. I just saw a bunch of guys. I was talking to them.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, they've been going for years. And he was like, yeah, I hope you come back.
Yeah.
And we will.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure.
It's going to be a tradition for us every summer. When that SummerStrong event comes out, we're going, whether I drive again or decide to fly. But yeah, that experience is so hard to find. How couldn't you go again?
I know.
Right? Like, why wouldn't you want to go again?
There's literally nothing else that has something like that. No other company has something like that. I think a lot of other companies are very like, you know, corporate and too big and all this stuff. But Sorinex, even though they're huge and, you know, they make a lot of equipment for like college football teams and stuff like that, they still find the time to do this.
You know, what I like about them a lot is they're a prime example of giving back. You know, giving back to their fans and people that support them and hosting events like this, because they don't have to do that.
Yeah, they don't need to.
They don't have to do it, but the fact that they're willing to have people come out and put their best foot forward and people come and speak, give the seminars, having a lifting competition, all you can eat food, merchandise laid out, and you know they're opening their doors. Essentially, when we were watching that intro video, it said "Welcome home."
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The welcome home, and like even seeing that, just seeing everybody around it, just I don't know, that feeling. It was just great.
It was a good feeling. It was definitely a first for me. I've never experienced anything like that before. It definitely was an eye opener, just on the positivity and you know being there for your brother, supporting each other and their lifting adventures or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right, just life in general, being there for one another. Showing that support and being like, hey, we're in this together, and if you fail, I'm still supporting you. You know, I'm still going to clap for you no matter what.
Yeah. I just thought, you know, everything like Bert has set up and, you know, Richard before Bert, and unfortunately he passed away last year. But even when he said it started his birthday party. Is that how it started? Like even just stemming from that into what it's turned into is like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
saying that for his birthday party, he just wanted people to come and lift, make some food.
Yeah, and now it turned into this.
Turned into a big event. And, you know, humble beginnings. And it is cool because I feel like we can relate to that. Like when he had mentioned that, like, man, like that's something I would say.
Yeah.
You know, for my birthday is when everybody come lift, make some food, get everybody together and just talk weights.
Yeah. Man, I wish we had something like that by us. We don't.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember just going through in the shop as well, man. I was like, I'm going to get a shirt. Grab a hoodie. We'd go out. We'd watch a seminar. Be like, all right, I'm buy another shirt.
Yeah,
I couldn't help myself.
I think I spent like $200.
I don't even know how much I spent. I'm wearing 2 of them right now, hoodie and shirt.
Yeah,
I got like 6 more at the house.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a yearly thing though for us. I mean, I don't plan on ever stopping to go.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's honestly, it's good that our 1 year episode we're talking about that.
Yeah, right. And it just lined up perfectly.
Yeah, like I love the way that in the beginning episodes when we talked to Jacob, when we talked to Bill. You know, talking to Jacob about Squattober when we were going through it.
Yeah.
Talking to Bill about Benchuary as it was getting ready to come out. And then now we're ending the 1 year episode on the note of let's talk about
Yeah.
SummerStrong.
And all leading up to this, we've always talked about, we want to go. We want to do this. And, after having 2 guests on that works with Sorinex, we did.
I know they also have the Winter Strong, which I'm not too knowledgeable about. I know it's more outdoorsy stuff. I'm going to have to look into it, but I wouldn't mind even trying that out.
Yeah, I don't know. What was it? What was that rule that we saw?
The shoot to eat, I think it was.
Yeah, you got to shoot properly to eat food. If you don't, you can't eat.
Winter Strong would be cool. You know, followed up by SummerStrong. Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, thank you, Bert. Thank you, Sorinex, for not only the opportunity, but what you're doing for the people.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything that I heard about it was true.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but positivity.
Yeah.
That experience is something you can't explain. It's hard to just hear about it and take it from there. It's something that you have to go.
Yeah.
And you have to experience it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's something I heard a lot, too, even the videos that we watched prior to going. People were like, it's kind of hard to explain what it is. But then once you go, and it's just amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's nothing like that anywhere else. So it's definitely worth going. If anybody watching or listening is thinking about going, I recommend it 100%.
100%. You got to, because there's, like he was just saying, there's nothing else that replicates that.
Mm-mm.
You get a lot of people. It's always a good time when you get a lot of people that are passionate about lifting and you put them in the same room.
I know. It makes you lift more, I think.
Yeah. Yep. So I think a goal of mine is, it was awesome seeing people pull on the Pops bar, the gold bar.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice.
Just loaded with 500 pounds. Bert said, weight's never coming off.
Yeah.
It's going to stay loaded. Mm-hmm. And on the bar, it had said in memory of Pops.
Yeah, because that's what he lifted all the time.
They said it was his goal to deadlift 500 pounds on his birthday.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every year, and he did.
So I think next SummerStrong, it's a goal of mine to be able to pull 500 on the Pops bar. I'd love to do that.
Which you've done 500 before.
I've done 500. I'm just not at that point.
Yeah.
I was like 20 pounds heavier.
Gotta get back, dude. Gotta get back 200 pounds, Devin.
I don't know about that. No. But being where I am now, being able to pull 500 would be nice. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a new goal of mine. Just keep training it. That way next SummerStrong, I'll be locked in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think going really lit a fire in us to lift heavy again. Yeah. I mean, there was a little period where I wanted to do more like bodybuilding style, but I don't know, man. Going there, I'm just like, it's not as fun as this.
Mm-hmm. It's the love for strength that always makes its way back around.
Yeah.
And that's what's always happened to me is I'll do strength training for a long time. Then I'm like, let me do some running. Let me get into some bodybuilding. Let me try some calisthenics. And then I'm like, nope. I always go back to strength training. It's just the most fun for me. It's what I'm most passionate about. And it's just hard to not do.
Yeah. Did everything reach your expectations going?
Yeah. Honestly, I'd say it went above.
Yeah.
It went above because everything that they offered, I mean, you're occupied the whole time. Mm-hmm. You're occupied from going around the gym and trying equipment, getting a little workout in yourself. And then, a seminar is about to begin. You sit down and you take in some good information. Mm-hmm. You go to the shop, you spend some money that you spend maybe a little too much money, speaking from experience. And then again, lunch is provided. Yeah. Go get yourself some drinks. Dinner's provided. Before you know that, you're probably trying out some more equipment. And then the squat comp, deadlift comp, and then you got more seminars. It's just jam-packed.
I can say, though, their equipment, dude, they felt great.
Oh, it's top tier. Yeah, definitely.
What was that back machine? I can't remember what it's called, but that row machine was crazy.
Yeah, the machines they had outside.
Yeah, dude, that felt great. I've never, that was a great machine. I wish Sorinex was more in more gyms around us. I haven't seen it, honestly. Yeah. At all.
Even just being able to play around with some of the grip stuff.
Yeah.
Stones. They had axle bars, everything.
Strongman stuff too. Yeah, they had all the old stuff too, the little museum.
Yep.
That stuff. What was that? There was a little dumbbell with spikes on it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that if you go, you're going to see equipment you've never seen before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a huge collection and you're able to go up and try it out, which is super awesome. Mm-hmm. I remember the first time we went to Sorinex when we went down to Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. I remember we walked in and we're like, oh my God. And they're like, you guys going to work out? I was like, can we? We're able to?
It was early in the morning.
Mm-hmm. No sleep. Getting that workout in.
1 hour, not even. I don't know.
Probably 20 minutes. But yeah, it was a great experience overall. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, words can't describe.
Yeah. No.
But just the energy that you feel. I mean, it's hard to replicate.
I know.
It is hard to replicate, and that was super fun. Again, it's something we plan on doing for years now. It's going to be a tradition.
Yeah.
And having our 1 year episode, I'm super honored that we're able to talk about that experience.
Yeah, I know. I honestly wasn't expecting to be able to go like this soon, and I'm just glad we made it work.
Being there and hearing people talk and kind of saying, if there's something you want to do, you just got to go and do it. Some of the seminars that we listened to really instilled why we're doing what we're doing here. Right? People sharing their passion for fitness and kind of realizing that that's why we do this. It's because it's something we're passionate about. We love talking about this.
Yeah.
And having so many guests on that we get to take this time, whether it's an hour or 2 hours, to just sit down and talk about our hobbies.
Yeah.
Talk about fitness and working out and how it's changed our lives and has helped us for the better. Man, it's been quite the experience. And again, if there's anybody out there, even if it's, I know a lot of people say this, but if there's one person that stays tuned into this podcast and listens to these episodes and they're like, I can get something out of that. This is going to help me. This has motivated me, or it's pushed me to get into the gym and start training again. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it because the information that we're giving out is we try to be ourselves. Right? We try to be relaxed and talk about what we do and talk about what we love. And we're just trying to be ourselves. And if there's somebody out there that takes, some good advice from this, that's why we're doing it. Right? Yeah. That's why we're doing it. And this is what we love to do. And we're not trying to sell shit. Nothing like that, man. We're just a couple guys that love lifting.
Yeah.
We're big fans of this company. We just had a great experience. And, we're just going to keep it forward, man.
Yeah.
We're going to keep moving forward and dishing out the content and having good guests, because if we weren't recording it, we're doing this anyway.
I know. I know. I just think this brings us the ability to just talk to so many different people too, from all over.
Yeah.
Like last episode we had Leroy on.
Yep.
I know he messed the table up a little bit.
With
he had us
the
doing some kettlebell stuff.
Some of the wrist rotations. Yeah, we got to paint it.
Yeah. But, I've seen Leroy on Instagram for years. I never thought I would have a conversation with him.
Exactly.
So I just even that, this podcast bringing that to us, I just, keep it going.
That's the thing. Yeah, you look back and you see some of the people we've had on, and I've been keeping up with these individuals for years.
I know.
I remember seeing Leroy, like I had mentioned on the podcast, I remember seeing Leroy's content around COVID, like 2020. And he had came out with like a push-up workout for people that were, obviously gyms were closed. So people working out at home. And I was doing it.
Yeah.
To think that 5 years later he'd be on the podcast.
I was just talking to him. Like, it's insane. I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just glad we started this. And I know it started as just an idea. And I think that's something people can take away from this. If you have that idea, just, follow through with it. Do it. You never know what can come from it.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing with that, too, is if there's something that people are wanting to do, but they're scared. I mean, I ask myself this all the time. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
And for you, too, I remember when we started, you're not used to being in front of the camera talking or anything. It's out of our comfort zone. So that's 100%. Why that was something we talked about in the second episode about comfort zones, to step outside of that. And, you never know what will come from it. So do it.
That's the thing, too, stepping out of your comfort zone. I mean, if you want something that you've never had, you got to do something you've never done.
Yeah.
This is something we've never done. Talking in front of the camera and having these conversations with people. Never done it.
No.
Is it intimidating sometimes?
Yeah.
Was it intimidating before we started? Hell yeah. But we did it anyways, and we're having a blast with it.
Yeah, I remember when we started talking about it again. You have those doubts of really, should I start it? There's a lot of podcasts now. It's a very saturated thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, screw it. I'm just going to order the equipment, and we're doing it. I have the equipment. We're going.
Yeah.
So I think I had it ordered before I moved back here.
Yeah.
And then we came back. And I think that week you came out here, and we set it up and painted the table. It's kind of crazy. It's already been a year. It's freaking me out a little bit.
It's a prime example of when there's something you want to do, you just got to take that first step.
Yeah.
Obviously, with ordering the equipment and having that on hand, that was we're locked in. We got to do it now.
Yeah.
We have the cameras, we have the mics, we have the headphones. There's no going back. We have the material that we need. And again, that's just being able to take that first step forward. Right. And just, it's small steps. Sometimes things are challenging to get the ball rolling on, but 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and just keep going forward and notice the things piecing together. And before you know it, it's going to be 1 year.
Yeah.
And then 2 years, and then 3 years. And the most important thing is make sure it's something you love.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't love doing it, it's just going to become a hassle. It's
Yeah.
going to be a chore. You're not going to want to do it. You're not going to put that effort in. You're not going to have that passion. But it makes it a lot easier when it's something you love doing.
Mm-hmm. And like that's why I look forward to these, dude.
Everybody's unique. Your content is going to be unique. Obviously, you know, a lot of influencers, we've been told by people that they get ideas from other people. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
Take that and grow off of it. You know, take it and put your own twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get overwhelmed with followers and likes and comments. No. I mean, now the Blacksheep Barbell Podcast page has like almost 180 followers.
Yeah, I think it's different on different platforms, but yeah.
On Instagram.
Okay.
And you think, right, we started out with 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then 5.
Think
and
about
then,
that.
And then 20 and 30 and 100. And it's growing, and you need to think, that's 180 people in a room. Imagine 180 people in a room.
Yeah.
That follow your content and watch your content. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out. 180 people. That's a lot. So to think that people are keeping up, it's just going to grow.
I know.
It's going to keep growing, and the more connections that you make and more people you meet and they share your content, people are they're going to catch on, and they're going to like what you're doing. And again, like I said, make sure it's something you love doing.
Out of all the guests that we've had in the past year, what have like you learned from them?
Oh, there's so many different things. It would be hard to pinpoint because we've had such a vast group of people from, you know, powerlifters, bodybuilders, arm wrestlers, Beth Elton, who we had, who's a veteran therapist.
Yeah.
So much different background. But I think the one thing that I would say is that every individual that we've had on has that passion for what they do.
Yeah.
They love what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you can see with the conversation that we have and the insight that we get that they're super knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And they enjoy the process. They enjoy what they're doing. And we've had people with 1,000 followers to over 100,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But still, the common denominator with everybody is they love what they do. You know, willing to come on the show and talk about what they do.
Yeah.
And it just expresses that passion that they have.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't, you know, we've said it before, it doesn't matter to us if we have someone on that has 1 follower or 1 million followers. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I want to talk to real people.
Yep.
And, you know, if they have something to share, something interesting, something they're passionate about, then we want to talk to.
I guess another thing I could say is everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
Obviously. Everybody's got a story, but it's interesting to see how people started and why they gravitated towards fitness or coaching, or with Beth, what we had heard from, you know, what got her involved in doing the therapy for veterans.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody's story is worth hearing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what they've gone through and the things that they continue to do in the help that they're giving to other people. Everybody's got a story, and it's worth listening to. I mean, we can all pull good pieces of information from that and apply it to our own lives.
Yeah.
27 episodes.
I know.
Right?
27.
27 episodes. It's been a year since we've done the podcast. It's been an amazing experience.
I know. And I can't believe it's been a year.
Right. Time's flying. Really, this episode, what we want to do is just say thanks to everybody that's been on.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for giving Ethan and I the opportunity to have this conversation with you. It's been great. Everybody that's been on the show this far, we've got some amazing knowledge from you, amazing insight, hearing about your backstory, and we appreciate everything you do for the fitness community. It truly has been an honor. SummerStrong, again, just because in this episode we're talking about our recap from SummerStrong.
Yeah.
Sorinex, thank you. Bert, thank you.
Yep.
And to all your staff for everything that you do for the fitness community.
Especially Bill, too, man. Bill,
Yep.
I mean, he helped us out a lot, and,
Yep.
you know, I can't thank you enough. Even talking to, I remember when we had Jacob on, Jake Satry, we were like, wow, we're talking to someone from Sorinex. And that's kind of like, that was like a little dream of ours to talk to somebody from there.
Yep.
I would have never guessed that it would end up us at SummerStrong.
Yeah, yeah. It was a crazy experience to having, you know, some of these individuals on the podcast and having this virtual conversation with them and talking about training, to go to an event where we see them in person and we have those same conversations and we see them living the experience and really putting forth their best foot and just seeing their love for fitness and strength training. Man, it was, words can't describe it.
I know. Well, thank you guys for watching. And just again, this is just a thank you to everybody. We appreciate you. So
Absolutely.
Yep. Devin, You want to try these one more time?
I think they're dead, buddy.
They're dead, but
They've been dead.
I think next episode we need to redo them. It's our second. We're in our second year on the next episode.
All right, I'm going to be honest. This one's kind of hitting for some reason.
I think that one hits a little better. I don't know.
I don't know. You got to get like really in there, but initially it kind of smacked me.
Maybe the other one will work because it hasn't been open. A tradition. We can't let it die. You try to let this die. They're kind of dead. Oh, wait. This is the wrong one to open. But I'll try it again.
You could try that one too. I didn't try that one.
All right. No, that one was bad.
That one's hitting?
It was, but it,
Shit,
I think it was because they weren't open for a while.
Well, that's what happened to me on the other one.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that because they've been dead for a while.
I know.
I
We saw people using this at SummerStrong. The same one, the double barrel.
Yeah, we did.
It's like very.
Yeah, so now it's bad. Yeah, it was like right when it opened. I think like the other one, it was. This one's completely dead though.
It sucks because I didn't really get to use this one to its full extent. I had
know.
it, and then I think I just brought it in here and set it down. But yeah, we're gonna get some more.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks again, everybody. I can't appreciate you guys enough, and we look forward to the future guests. Just stay tuned for the next one.
Absolutely.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.